I got it maybe like 45 minutes ago, not even. You know that big It Ends With Us humongous legal fight? Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, they have now come to a settlement in this years-long battle. This is just weeks before the case was going to go to trial. Here's the thing. Don't ask me how much it was for. We don't know the terms yet. Those are not public yet. But you'll remember that Lively accused Baldoni of sexual harassment during the production of their movie back in 2024, It Ends With Us. Lively also said Baldoni's production company retaliated against her after she complained about the alleged misconduct on the set of the film. Baldoni repeatedly denied Lively's claims. So here's where we are tonight. This joint statement, interesting in and of itself, a joint statement from attorneys for Baldoni and Lively saying, in their words, we remain firmly committed to workplaces free of improprieties and unproductive environments. Let me bring in Chloe Melas. This thing was going to trial. We were going to see him at like this whole thing, so many twists and turns on this very big deal moment that ensnared sort of a who's who of Hollywood celebs.
I mean, Hallie, it really doesn't come as that much of a surprise. Why? Because this case was going to be so intense. And Blake Lively's legal team had said that they wanted 3 weeks to put their case on, not including what Baldoni's team was going to put on, which would be likely equal time. You were looking at a case that was going to dominate the summer with text messages and so much private information coming out into the public for these two major superstars. And they probably ultimately decided, Hallie, that they just didn't think it was worth it. So we don't know the details of this settlement, but I do think it's interesting that the lawyers say, quote, that they acknowledge the process presented challenges and recognize concerns raised by Ms. Lively, which deserve to be heard. But again, it's not like an admission of any sort of guilt on Baldoni's side. It's this like equal joint statement, as you pointed out.
But can I ask you a question? Like, you talk about the potential for damaging pieces of information to be revealed. And I don't know if we know the answer to this, but based on some of the observers and experts that you've talked to ahead of this, was one of them going to come out looking kind of worse than the other? Do you know what I mean? Like, was it going to be potentially more damaging to Lively or Baldoni, or we don't know?
I mean, look, we really don't know, but you were going to see a lot of the text messages between the publicist that worked on behalf of Justin Baldoni. You know, the text messages that we all saw in the New York Times that, you know, we can bury anyone, which was in reference to burying Blake Lively metaphorically, but also Blake Lively and her high-profile marriage to Ryan Reynolds, her high-profile friendship with Taylor Swift that had taken a major hit among this. Taylor Swift is getting married in New York, reportedly this summer. So you can imagine that Blake Lively was weighing all of this. They both have children. They both have families. They've both been very private amid this drama over the last year. And it probably didn't hurt the fact, Hallie here, or help, that the judge dismissed the majority of Blake Lively's claims against Justin Baldoni just a couple weeks ago. So really, this was all going to be about the smear campaign, the aiding and abetting. We were going to be hearing from Colleen Hoover, who wrote It Ends With Us, potentially co-stars of It Ends With Us, Jenny Slate, and these high-profile people were going to be taking the stand. But there was a lot that was going to come out. This was going to get so messy. And again, I've never thought that this was about money, even though Blake Lively said that she had like $100 million worth of damages. But I really think that this ultimately came down to their reputations, and they probably decided, and Blake Lively probably decided, that it would hurt her reputation more potentially going to trial. But obviously, we're probably going to hear more in the days to come about how this all came together.
Chloe Melas, thank you very much. We'll see you a little bit later on for our look ahead at the Met Gala. Appreciate you doing double duty tonight.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.